Basketball fans, welcome back. So these BAL semi-finals have just been insane, and as per recording of this video, Ahly Benghazi and the Petro de Luanda team will meet in the BAL finals to crown a new champion. And in this video, I'll just be taking a closer look at the Ahly Benghazi versus River Hoopers matchup, and it was a total nail biter. And then when I was watching this game live, every single possession counted, especially in the fourth quarter and subsequently in the overtime, because an overtime was forced and the Ahly Benghazi and River Hoopers had to play 5 more minutes to be able to determine who was going to win. And Ahly won this game 89-83, and it was an epic game. It was an epic showdown, and with my commentary, we'll just take a deep dive on what really happened. So, for starters, the people in attendance were 4,037. So the games in Kigali, in the playoffs, a lot of people are tuning in, and they have created a lot of fan interest. And there's not been a game that has recorded less than 2,000 people in attendance. And I even dare say like 3,000. So it has just been awesome. And these semifinals, I knew the River Hoopers are just going to come out guns blazing, but I never expected the Ahly Benghazi to go this far, because I thought that the River Hoopers had the nod, because the River Hoopers finished the top seed in the Sahara Conference. But boy, was I wrong, and anything right now can just happen in the BAL playoffs. And Ahly Benghazi just showed that they can do the impossible, because they beat the defending champions, they've beaten the River Hoopers, and right now they are in the finals. So they did not look weak in any statistical category that, especially shooting wise, despite the fact that they shot 2 of 18 from downtown. They only made 2 3-pointers. And I saw this stat at the end of the game. It really shocked me that they attempted 18 3-pointers and only made 2. But shooting wise, in the 2-point field goals, they shot 57%, and total field goals 45%. So as much as they really struggled shooting the 3-ball, they still were able to maintain a high field goal percentage of 57, because the shots they were taking inside, they were just going in. The long-range shots, they were just not doing it. Also, the same thing for the River Hoopers. Their 3-point shots were not good at all, because they also shot 13%, 6 out of 43 attempts. They attempted 43 threes. At some point, I was just asking myself, can they just stop shooting the damn ball, because this is insane, and you're not supposed to be this inefficient. And a lot of BAL teams I've seen, they really struggle from downtown, except for Petro de Luanda in these semis, because they shot very well, and I'll cover them in the next video. So in the rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, the River Hoopers also dominated those stats. And the man of the hour, Lualwal Ausil, he had 27 points, followed by Robert Golden with 20, and Kevin Murphy had 13. So the Ahly Benghazi team had no shortage of people who can go ahead and score. And I was also closely monitoring Solo Diabate's performance, because Solo Diabate, he had 8 rebounds, but Majok Deng, this is another guy that produced another monster performance, especially on the boards with 13 boards. But the man who was just controlling everything in the River Hoopers offense was Kevin Amayo. Well, Kevin Amayo, give full credit to him. He had a good game. Despite the loss, he recorded a monster 26 points and 15 rebounds. Then Devin Eke followed with 25. Devin Eke had just some flashes of brilliance, just finishing around the rim. And he had some flashes of a player that has the ability to even take control of the game. And especially with him being the 1-2 punch, and also adding Will Perry there. Although Will Perry didn't score that much, but he only had 16 points. But that trio, I must say, they brought in a lot of things. And also David Eke, he had a monster, a double-double of his own with 25 points and 12 rebounds. And even looking at the assists, Kevin Amayo also dominated that stat for the River Hoopers. Robert Golden dominated that stat for the Ahly Benghazi team. And it was just working on full cylinders. Solo Diabate, he had 4 assists and he was the main difference maker, especially down the stretch. Considering the fact that Solo Diabate is a 2-time BAL champion, he knows how to conduct himself, and right now as we speak, he is part of the team that is going to make his third BAL finals appearance, and hopefully he can be able to close it out. But looking at this game, I must say it was a nail biter, considering the fact that they went to overtime. I never expected them to go to overtime, and at some point the game was just decided from the free throw line. And Kevin Amayo and Devin Eke, they played heavy minutes, especially Kevin Amayo. He played 44 minutes and Devin Eke's 42 minutes. So these guys played hefty minutes. Will Perry, even with his 5 turnovers that he committed and 4 personal fouls, the River Hoopers just decided to keep this man in because he was an instant threat on offense. And without him, there was a high likelihood that they're not able to get anything going and make the game close for them to be in striking range. But the River Hoopers were on the receiving end of an L, and the Ahly Benghazi, given like the way they played, especially Lualal Ausil, this man is just sensational. And there's no stopping him, and there's no stopping his greatness. And in this game, he had his 27 points on 60% shooting from the field, and followed it up with 7 boards. He struggled with 6 turnovers, but man, he was good. Then we had Robert Golden. Robert Golden also played heavy minutes. He played 41 minutes, virtually like he played the whole game. And he was 5 of 15, 33%. Not the most efficient, but at least he was able to assist in getting the job done. But he really, really struggled with 4 turnovers. And there are so many turnovers that are being committed. Majok Deng also had like 5 turnovers, so that was insane for me. Solo Diabate had 4 turnovers and 4 assists. So his assist to turnover ratio still wasn't the best. But still, the Ahly Benghazi are right back up there. And they just came in. I just put them as a sleeper team. I know they finished number 2 in the Nile Conference, and I just give them a slight nod because I felt like they will have what it takes to take on the Ahly defending champions from Egypt. But boy, was I wrong in that prediction, because not only did they dominate the Ahly team from Egypt, they were able to even beat the River Hoopers, a team that I felt like had all that was needed to make the finals. But that was not the case. And man, this game was good. I enjoyed every single minute of it. Despite the win, another concerning stat that I saw the Ahly Benghazi team have is the turnovers. They had 23 total turnovers, and this was actually quite concerning. But looking at the River Hoopers, they led in total rebounds with 57 boards, and they led in assists with 21 assists. They had 16 steals. They led with points from turnovers with 24, and they led with fast break points with 25, and second chance points 16. So majority of the other key statistics, the River Hoopers checked all the boxes. But the game in overtime, that was when the Ahly Benghazi team struck, and they scored 16 points in the overtime period, and there was no stopping that team at all. And I must say, it was a good matchup. It lived up to my expectations. I was expecting these two teams to come out guns blazing, and I really did not have a clear favorite like that, but I gave the nod to the River Hoopers, but the Ahly Benghazi team stopped that from happening. But anyway, it is what it is. So I'm just excited to see that matchup the Ahly Benghazi team are going to have against Petro. I know Petro is the OG team that is left, and right now the title runs through these two teams. And in June 1st, that's when the finals have been slated. That is when we will get to know who is going to go home with that BAL title. So, yeah, man. I mean, I'm just waiting to see that one. And I will be dropping a video talking about the Petro de Luanda versus Cape Town Tigers, which is another nail-biting game that also went to overtime. I don't know. This BAL season has been crazy because we've had double overtime. We have multiple overtimes. So the games are just too close and very competitive, and you just can't know who's going to win at any given point. There's no sure win like that. Because when the BAL started, you could see a lot of teams were just going in and just blowing out other teams. But as the season progressed, BAL Season 2, BAL Season 3, and right now BAL Season 4, teams are have significant knowledge and data on the other teams. So it's very difficult for a team to just take and be on the receiving end of a points run. So that is something that I've observed. And as much as they keep matching up in these the BAL season and the BAL playoffs, there's a high likelihood that teams are just going to discover how in efficient ways to win basketball games, and you're also going to see teams not hold back in scoring. So yeah, man, that's the video. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comments on what you think about this. I'm very excited. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.